Now we are in the east gate middle and heading towards the center, and on the right side you can see the lane to the Vellapallayar Kovil. I can see a jeep going on, and you are driving further. On the left side and the right side you can see a lot of patra kadai selling vessels and other stuff, kitchen stuff. And further down you can see the old AOS hardware store, but nowadays no more popular. And here a lot of shops have come with high-rise buildings. And when you drive towards here, on to your left you can see the St. Peter's the lower school, which is one of the oldest building in this particular street. So where the now vans are being parked, here now on to your left is the school. On the right side, they demolished the old East Gate Market. They constructed a new building, but they spared the one small Anjaneya temple on the side. So this is a new building on to your right, and in the middle you can see the Kopuram of the Anjaneya temple. So these shops are being rented out at like 40,000, 50,000 per month, which is quite expensive. So the takers are very less. So earlier they were enjoying very little lease rent, but now they are not able to cope up with the higher rent which was auctioned by the commissioner recently. So when you turn towards right, you will be heading to Anasalai or the Anasalai. So this is one of the road. On the right side is the East Gate, the big one with the new building. On the left is the Gunangadi Dasan Sarbat shop, followed by Natamar Kadai and all those stuff. So still East Gate remains the same. On the right side there is a probability of removing all those encroachments, because on the right hand side all the shops along the buildings, they are a little bit encroached. So eventually they will remove it. Already they removed from the beginning of the Anna Salai, the Cosmopolitan Club. Behind that there was a Masonic Lodge, and behind that there is a Jupiter Theatre. So Jupiter Theatre had to be demolished, but rest of things they already demolished, and they have hidden the road. On the right side, this area, Mungil Kadai area, and all, it will be removed shortly. And now we are driving further. On the left side you can see the Panagal Park building, the old building, one of the oldest building. On the right side is the Jupiter Theatre, still stands, but soon it will be demolished. And now they can see they have put up a new divider. On the left side the road leads to the Vijaya Theatre, and I can see on the right side, the old Masonic Lodge and the Cosmopolitan Club has been demolished completely. And now on the left side is the Jnanam Hotel, and straight is the Anasalai, and you can see also diagonally the opposite behind that Periyar statue, the clock tower. That building all been removed and it's been put nicely. And here I'm making a turn. On the right side also there is an hotel called Devas Cafe, and followed by a big, and the front of it is the Ramnan Jettiar. So these are also to be removed because they are not paying the lease for quite some time, and the commission wants to remove it. On the left side there was an old Burma Bazaar, and all this has been completely removed with a new common wall come up. On the right side is a car park. This also will be eventually removed, and followed by this one is a Corona vaccine center. Temporarily they are built up. On the right hand side of the building is a vaccine center. And now when you drive further, you will have a State Bank of India on your right, and the left side is the Thomas Hall Hospital, one of the oldest hospitals at Tanjavur. And right side corner is the State Transport Terminus, which is still working. So left side is the hospital entry, and further down here we can see the State Bank of India coming up on the right side with the ADM center and all. And further down you'll end up in the Rajaraja Choran statue, and when you turn left you are heading to the big temple, or the Brigdishwara temple. The right side is the TCWS and all those stuff. It's still in place, including the Topal player. It is there. Maybe I'll take a video later. On the left hand side corner there was a VR & Sons merchant, wooden merchant was there. That's been removed, and there's a new restaurant came up with a name called Krishna Hotel or something like that. So it's there in this corner, this corner on the left side, the Krishna Bhavan, correct, this there. and you turn left, you are entering the Periyagovil street, the big street. This has also been quite widened, and the left hand side, some of the hospital area has been occupied and given it for parking of buses and other stuff, especially visitors come to this temple or the tourists. And the road is quite big, but they put a lot of the roadblocks or the dividers, physical dividers, and make it too narrow. Otherwise it stands as it is a big one. And further down you'll be crossing the Putaru canal. So the Putaru canal is as it is, no changes except that they want to do some cementing on the lower end, which has been stopped temporarily because of some objections. And the left side also there is a pathway where you can walk and reach to the Gandhiji road. There's a link road only for walking. You cannot do motorbiking or cycling, you can do only walking. So when you turn towards this area, on the left hand side you can head to the police, Superintendent of Police building, which has been removed now. There's only an all-element police there. And now we are going to enter into the new Membalam, which has been constructed few years ago. This bridge was a bad construction because a lot of people objected that it is entering my building, that building. So finally they didn't have a choice, just to make a construction which is too steep sometimes, and it's also narrow in the middle, because the narrow portion, the middle portion, is one hospital called AKC, which is on the right. So they didn't allow to demolish the building, so they didn't have a choice except to narrow down the road level. So when you are here, you will end up in a round chana, a small round chana. On the left there was one area selling that araks and all. I think old people still remember that's been closed, and they have widened the road on the left hand side of this. So now I'm going straight. So once you enter on the right side, the deaf and dumb school used to be there, it's still there. And on the left you have an International Red Cross office. Also there's another office which I don't exactly remember. And followed by that, some fruit merchant on the streets, and this is the Red Cross office we are crossing. And this is the ground, the Tanjavur, the Tanjavur local ground or the government ground to play and other stuff. But it's been closed because of Corona. We are crossing the Ganapati Nagar. The bump is for Ganapati Nagar. On your right side, you have a good restaurant which is called Tanjavur Manpandam, which sells a good clay pot food, traditional vegetarian food. Left side is the Raja Timber. This is one bank here. This is one house. On the right side is the Apex Hospital, Heart Hospital at Tanjavur. Left side will lead to the Women's College, and going straight you have a lot of shops here selling hardwares, paints and other Bosch drills and other stuff. And this is a famous SB hospital, urology hospital at Tanjavur. It's been quite there for some time. And now I'm going to have some Elniro. So there's a guy who used to supply me Elniro every day, so I used to stop here for a while and take. And today he's got a stock of red Elniro which is selling at 40 rupees per piece. A good guy. And this red Elniro, he said that you can't make coconut out of it. It has to be drank as an Elniro only in the tender condition. So I parked my car here, and you can watch a lot of funny activities going on this road, like people carrying a lot of stuff. See, this guy is trying to come in one way, opposite way, and some people doing with a bicycle, overloading, all those stuff. So you watch it in the end, but there won't be any commentary because nothing big to comment unless I move the car out. But you can watch what is happening. On the opposite side is called the Selvam Nagar, 2nd Street. And this left side is the Rajappa Nagar 3rd Street, I believe. And the AVM logo is for the shop selling electrical components and other stuff. So that's the bus stop. Actually the bus stop is called Rajappa Nagar. So Tanjore is still beautiful and sterile, not much manipulated. And for people who are watching, on the right side the corner shop, that used to be nowadays fellows also got a bullock cart and other stuff. He used to come to the school, and that I think horse cart or bullock cart.